Somewhere along the way, watch collecting stopped being fun. It became spreadsheets, group chats, market charts that look like heart attacks. People stopped asking, "Do I love this watch?" And people started asking, "Is this an investment piece?" That's not collecting, that's anxiety with a clasp.
Investments.
Investment. Everything's being sold for investment. Oh, it's an investment. It's investment. Relax.
Let's get something straight right out of the gate. Watches are not investments. They're consumer goods, luxury toys, mechanical jewelry with a job. Yes, some watches go up in value. So do Beanie Babies. So did tulips. Most watches lose money, sit flat, or slowly bleed value. Those people who made money didn't predict the market. They got lucky, and luck is not a strategy. This didn't start with collectors. It started with content. Social media turned watches into flexes, status shortcuts, engagement bait. Suddenly, every watch had to be underrated, about to explode, and a future classic. No one talked about how it felt to wear. They talked about exit value. That's not passion. That's flipping, but with better lighting. Influencers didn't invent hype, but they industrialize it.
I enjoy looking past the hype and going, wait a minute, that is empirically really special.
Yeah,
so
it's objectively rare.
yes. So I believe if you're out there and you care about what my picks are, the green dial gold Daytona is still out there, still floating around, and it's the future thing that I think people are going to go, why didn't we know? Because look, if we're
A watch gets worn by the right person, posted at the right angle, with the right caption. Prices move. Not because the watch changed, but because perception did. That's not organic appreciation. That's attention arbitrage. Here's where it gets unfortunate. People now buy watches and never size the bracelet, never peel the stickers, never wear the watches. They store them like frozen assets. Climate controlled, emotion free. Dead. A watch that never gets worn isn't preserved, it's wasted. Mechanical watches are meant to move, to scratch, to age, and that's the point. When you treat a watch like an investment, you lose spontaneity, joy, memory. You stop wearing it because what if I damage it? What if prices dip? What if I regret it? You turn the precious object into a liability. That's not wealth, that's fear. People say, just buy the right watches, as if there's a checklist, as if history repeats cleanly, as if markets care about your intentions. They don't. Most sure things weren't sure until after they happened. Survivorship bias does the talking. The failures stay quiet. That's convenient. Real collecting is messy. It's buying something because it speaks to you, even if it's unpopular, even if it depreciates, even if no one gets it. It's memories over margins. Because in 20 years, no one will remember how much you paid, but they will remember the watch you wore. Here's the truth nobody selling you investment watches wants to admit. If you have to convince yourself that it's an investment, you probably don't love the watch. Buy the watch that you'd wear even if it's worth nothing. And that's the only return that actually lasts. Scratches are honesty. Patina is history. For vintage pieces, Viva Patina.